Feet and straps on the reformer is definitely one of the most popular exercises in the Pilates repertoire, and it's definitely a fan favorite. It is excellent for working on core control, lumbopelvic stability, and hip dissociation from the trunk. It can be replicated at home using body bands or resistance bands that are anchored to a sturdy piece of furniture or attached to a strap that's shut into a door frame. Bridging on the reformer is an excellent place to work on eccentric control of the hamstrings, which is usually a challenge for most people. It's a muscle group that we tend to get Charlie horses in very easily. So you can do this at home with a foam roller or a Swiss ball. Just be aware that it's going to be a lot harder. There's not as much versatility in terms of scaling the challenge. Still effective though. Swan on the long box on the reformer is also an exercise that can be replicated using some exercise balls on the floor. It is excellent for finding thoracic extension and working on a balanced core contraction, stabilizing the spine through extension. Elephant on the reformer is excellent for working on deep core, hip flexors, and lumbar flexion. It can be replicated at home using a sturdy piece of furniture sliders, paper plates, or towels, although it is much harder, again, because we don't have the scalability from the springs. Kneeling cat on the tower is an excellent exercise for working on spinal articulation as well as core control. You can replicate this exercise at home using a large exercise ball, and actually many of my patients prefer to do it this way, especially if they're dealing with shoulder instability or working on building up their core strength. Kneeling Mermaid on the chair is one of my absolute favorite places to work on intercostal breathing with patients. It's just an excellent way for people to find those muscles in between the ribs, kind of the so-called obliques of the chest. And you can replicate this at home using Pilates Magic Circle, which is a fairly inexpensive piece of equipment, or even resistance bands, and work those intercostals much the same way.